Mitrom and Bandhuvam, welcome to South Asia Maps. This is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy. This is your education channel, and today we are discussing Agriculture Series Part 19. The topic of interest is the cropland in central India. I have arbitrarily taken this central part of Bharat or central India. And previously, we have looked at the southern part of India. I have arbitrarily taken three parts: south, central, and north. And you should consult that before. And this is the central part of India. After this presentation, you will get a very good clarity of how much land area Bharat has post Radcliffe, that is post truncation, partition, vivisection, and how much South India, Central India, Northern India have. How does this compare to the global agricultural land of other nations? You will get a very great clarity. And all these presentations, Mitronam, I have posted at South Asia Maps JRD. There are around about 600 plus videos posted there in that YouTube channel, and various diverse of these are the playlist. Each has 10, 15, 20 or so. You can pick and choose your choice of interest. That is South Asia Maps JRD. This is the current presentation, Agriculture Series 17, 18, 19. We are in 19 now. That is cropland. India, South India, we covered 60 million hectares. Central India, little more, 68. North India is 50. If you make it 60, an average, you won't get lost. 60, because you added 8 more, you reduce that. So almost 68 in the central. So that's the very easy to comprehend. Mitranam, those who are studying agriculture, they struggle a lot. I went to agriculture university. I had the same problem. Now I feel I spent a lot of time and mastered it. If you're an agricultural student, you will get immense value. If you're a general audience also, you will get a very good clarity. As long as you can understand basic English, if you're listening this video, you should be. And you can very easily comprehend and will be very knowledgeable, and you can articulate very good. I have made presentations on geographic areas made easy. This is the presentations, you can go and look it. In this, I clearly explained how to comprehend the areas. In order to comprehend agricultural land, that is essentially a surface area, geographical area, you have to comprehend the land. So 1 square kilometers here, if you put 1,000 square kilometers this side, 1,000 this side, 1 million square kilometers. You have six zeros. That is exactly the size of Egypt, Misr in the Maghrebian part of Arab world and Mediterranean Sea. 1 million square kilometers. World has 150 million square kilometers surface area, 360 water area, oceans and so, and combination 510. That means the land area of the planet Earth can be redrawn into 150 Egypts exactly. You should remember that 150. These are the million square kilometer. For political entities like Canada, China, USA, Europe have about 10 million square kilometers. I have made it 10, not counting how much water is there. Some those things we ignored roughly. Which is top, which is next is also does not matter. China, Egypt, China, Canada, USA, entire Europe west of Urals, including certain portion of Russia, 10 units. So you got the idea there. So that means 150 units land area, 10% is 15, make it 17. 17 is the cropland. 17 units cropland, 150 units surface area. Remember, in a square kilometer, there are 100 hectares. 1 square kilometer is 100 hectares. 1 square kilometer is 250 acres. This is a very easy to remember. That means 17 million hectares of the cropland. That is exactly the size of Russia. 1700 million hectares is the cropland on the planet Earth. So easy to remember. Among which almost 10% is in Bharat. That means 170, actually 180, depends upon what what year and you counted. So all these figures I have got it. You can see. Uh, Hold on. In this place. You can stop here and you can see that URL. So they have given here which year. They have given round about 2021 or so. Does not matter. So agricultural land, these are thousand, three zeros follow, right? So I have just added them up, nothing else. If you add that to states, union territories, agricultural land, and you get 1800, 181, I made it 180. So add three zeros, 181 or 180 million hectares. So you have any question there, you can go and look at it. I just browse it little bit slowly so that you can stop and look at it. I have not counted small provinces, union territories for clarity here in my presentation, so that to make the things very easy for you. How do you remember all this? Very easy. If you take, you said planet is 150, right? And 10% is 15. Add little more, 17. 17 million square kilometers means 1700 million hectares is the cropland. Cropland is where you raise the crops, and grazing land and pasture land you raise the livestock animals. That is not really cropland. That means this is not plowed, arable. That means cropland is always less, agricultural land is more because you are adding grazing land and pasture land. Some countries like Australia and even China and Russia, they have more agricultural land, but less cropland is always less for any country. And you make India 180 and 60 each, then you get South India. You see the south and central and north, just to make it easy. If you make 60, 180 you get, right? Because central part of India has big provinces like Madhya Bharat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajputana. So you give it 8 or 10 more. You make it 68 or 70. Because you have given 8 or 10 more, you reduce this in the North India. So it's a 50. So easy to remember. Bharat has a size of 3 times Egypt, little more than 3 times. Let's say 3.2 million square kilometers. That means 320 million hectares. Add two zeros to make it hectares. That means more than half of the Bharat is agriculture cropland. That means if you make it 360, 320, then it's 160. Add little more, 180. So a broader idea. 180 is the cropland. That means whatever the land that is present, cropland in the planet Earth, 10% is present in the Bharat itself, India. That means if you remember the surface area of Russia, that is 1700, then 10% of it will be 170 or 180 will be the cropland in Bharat, India, that is million hectares. So we got that very right. So the rest is, before this you have to know the surface areas. I have made a presentation in the game series again, geographic areas made easy India, where I have divided into four parts. The green one is the bigger provinces in South Asia. The yellow ones are little small, white ones are even smaller, the green ones like that. You can very easily get it. These are 1,000 square kilometers. If you look that particular presentation, you can get it, but that may not be necessary to follow this presentation. You remember this, remember these are the million hectares. That means 15 million hectares means Orissa, Utkal, Kalinga, that is 0.150, 0.15 million square kilometers. So I don't want to make the things complicated, very easy. So this there is 111 area, million hectares, all this. Remember, every province is little more than half of the land is cropland, right? With a 15 year, half will be 7. With the Chhattisgarh area 13 half will be 6, and Madhya Bharat, Madhya Pradesh 30 half will be round about 17, and 19 here. I don't know. They counted 13. I will take it as it is. I'm not sure. The Rajputana is 34 because even though large part is arid, semi-arid, still I think they grow the crops. Anyway, you add them almost you get 111. Half of it will be around about 55, 60. Then actually it is 68. So you get a broader idea, right? So because in the same we followed the same rule, 60% rule, 60% of cropland in India. So South India we also got 93 means if you make it 100, then 60 million hectares will be the cropland there. So I have that. That is very easy and intuitive also. So this is the surface area 150, water body is 360, then 510. So the world is 1700 million hectares. I will be switching over million square kilometers, million hectares. I don't add the word so that not to drag it further. So you should keep that in mind. Countries means million square kilometers. Cropland is generally hectares. Okay, so here area million and cropland I have put it. Essentially, this is the same. Whatever I have written here. If you are not sure of the new to Bharat, these are the provinces. This is the place where we got the statistics. So this is the part we are talking about. Orissa, Utkal, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajputana, Rajasthan, Gujarat. This part, central part we are talking. Previously we talked the southern part. Next we'll talk about the Uttar Bharat, North Indian part. So to keep that in broader perspective, where are we here? Yeah, sorry, this is the different. So you got it very easily, intuitively. If you remember, more than 50, that means 60% of the Bharat is a cropland, heavily cropped country. That's why it has a 1400 million people out of 8100 millions on the planet Earth itself. How do we comprehend all these things? Remember, this is the we counted around about 68 million hectares of the cropland in central India, Madhya Bharat. So remember, the entire planet Earth is 1700, among which 10%, around about 170, is India itself. ESA almost follows it. China, not that much, little less, and Russia. So four. That means fifth one is the Brazil. That means as a geopolitical entity, central part of India will come under fifth largest geopolitical entity having the cropland that is slightly more or equal to that of Brazil. That means entire South India, North India, or Central India has a cropland that is more or less equal to Brazil, that is the fifth largest nation on the planet Earth in terms of the cropland. That you have to keep in mind. How do you put everything in the context? Very easy. The Egypt is 1 million square kilometers. We can make around about 150 Egypt's surface area on the planet Earth. There are 360 days in the year. 360 will be water bodies. Add 150, 360, 510 will be the entire planet Earth, island Earth on the world. And Russia is 17. Four countries like United States, China, Europe, and Canada, same size, 10 times Egypt's. Russia is 17 times Egypt's. Cropland in the planet Earth is exactly the size of Russia's 17 units. That is the million square kilometers. Add two zeros becomes 1700, because 10% of that is in India itself, that will be 170. Make it is 180 million hectares. If you make it three parts, 60, 60, 60, South India will be 58, and North India is 50. That means you take away 10, add that to Central India, that is 70. Actually, as we counted that year, it is 68, close to 70. So it's made very easy for you to comprehend. So that's what I talked today, and next time we'll talk about the cropland in Uttar Bharat, North India, next time. And thank you very much, Mitronam, joining me today. And if you like the presentations, The talks are interesting and they're very unique topics I cover in South Asia Maps Intellectual Chatriya's channel. You can bring to the notice of your friends and post your comments or anything you want to say about it, suggestions, and even you can think of subscribing the channel. Thank you very much. See you later. Vanakkam in the next part.